Well, Graeme, Neil Harris has just said they were lucky not to be behind at half time, and I guess that's where you will look back on and think what might have been.
Yeah, but we've been here before, haven't we? I think there's one thing, analysing your work. We set up with a diamond and we outpossessed them. We created more chances than them. We had more shots on target than them. And the game boils down to the boys give absolutely everything they've got. The game boils down to two moments where Tomlin, he doesn't hope to score. He makes sure he can score. We had a really good opportunity with Tunney, an incredible 1v1 with Harry, and Colo's header. And you have to take them if you're going to win the game, and we didn't. And that was the difference.
I mean, the first half performance in particular, I mean, Izzy Brown very much to the fore, showing what we've missed.
Yeah, absolutely. And Izzy was disappointed to come off, but he can't sustain it. And we've got to make sure he stays fit, because he can still get a lot better. Excuse me. But if you analyse the performance, then I've got no complaints. We lost the game with the opportunities we had that we didn't take, and the one opportunity they had is in the back of the net.
And with Izzy, not a recurrence of anything, he put his lot in for an hour, was as much as he could do. Yeah,
and we've got another 2 games this week, then a week, and Izzy's frustrated to come off. I don't want to take Izzy off, but you've got to think about the next 15 games and not just one, and losing him in the 80th minute with a hamstring, he's not ready for that. So that was the reason.
And just at the end, I mean, at 1-0 down, there's 18 minutes to go. It never you never quite got into the sort of throw the kitchen sink mode. And now, obviously, they've seen the game out. But did you hope for a little bit more in that? It was a bit sort of flat. I mean, credit to them. But did you hope you could have created a bit more towards the end? And
what does that tell you? What does that tell you? I think we're in the right territory. You know, we've committed bodies forward, and then I can think of a cross that goes out of play and set piece, and we tried to do as much as we could. Got George on the pitch, got Kaz on the pitch, left Colo on the pitch, left Harry on the pitch to try and get back in the game, and we couldn't. A little bit frustrating. We're in the right territory to hurt them. George, I can see now with a good composure, he goes past somebody, has a shot with his left foot. But the game was won and lost earlier on. First half, we take our opportunities. Alan McNally said to me they should have been 3-up, and we should have been 3-up. But should have, could have. Tomlin gets his chance and he makes sure, and he cuts your throat, and that's the difference.
Thank you.
Just how frustrating was the second half to look after a good first half to be able to replicate that kind of levels of performance shown?
Well, there's 2 teams on the pitch, Micah. It's a competitive football match, and maybe you have to give them credit to being better second half than what they were first. Shapes didn't change, so it can only be their personnel doing a little bit more, but we need to take our opportunities in the first half. If we are 1 or 2 goals up, nobody would have any complaints, but it's been the story really.
Do you think Harry's on was the main one because he was through, wasn't he, and just didn't pick up that bottom play?
Harry's got a great chance. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. You have to hit the target, you have to make the keeper work. Even then, the secondaries, I can think of Tunner's opportunity, I can think of Pelly's shot that just missed by a whisker, I can think of Colo's header that every day of the week that he scores, and then we make one small error, try and read Tomlin, he turns us and the ball's in the back of the net. Like, we can talk about personnel, we can talk about transfer windows, we can talk about tactics, we can talk about effort, we can talk about attitude, we can talk about everything. Mike, the difference in the game was us not taking our chances and them taking their one, and there's very little anybody can do about that. The boys give me everything they got, and I'll refuse to let standards drop no matter what the situation is, because if you don't let standards drop, we'll get results, and that's the frustration there. I thought the performance was enough to get something from the game, but it's been the story of the season.
The players look quite low coming off the pitch, obviously haven't been beaten. Do you think it's going to be easy to get the confidence boosted again for Wednesday night?
But it's about standards, it's about recovering, and given the same level again, and I refuse to accept anything else. And you hope that that's going to be good enough with the quality we've got to win the game, and that's where we are.
You gave Cameron his full league debut. How did you feel he did alongside Matty Pearson?
I was really pleased with Cam. I thought he was strong, aggressive, that he had that resilience that I was looking for, good positional sense on crosses. Him and Patterson were two strong boys that had a real battle, but ultimately we still didn't keep a clean sheet, so frustrated with that.